Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time. It's been about 2 months since I last uploaded a video, and I wanted to give you guys all a quick update before I go through my May and June manga haul. So firstly, I'm all settled in at my new place and my new job, and I'm having a really good time and everything's worked out pretty well. So I'm super happy about that. I have a smaller living space than I used to. So unfortunately, while I did get a new bookshelf, which you can see on my Instagram, Orange Lily, I still have just 1.5 bookshelves, and I have a whole empty tote of storage space under my bed that I can also fill with manga, but yeah, I do have a bit smaller space than I used to. So expect my hauls to be a bit smaller, and also for budget reasons, they need to be a bit smaller. So I think that I might make this a recurring thing where I actually combine 2 months into one haul, just so that there's more manga to go through, instead of having just maybe like 5 manga in 1 month and like 20 in another month. Just combine it all together and have 25 manga to show. Yeah. Another thing is I am at a new library because I moved, and they have a lot of manga that I really want to read, and they actually have a good amount of YURI. So I have been reading series that I don't own officially, which is pretty cool. One of the series I finished reading recently is NTR Netsuzo Trap, which I'd always been interested in reading, and I've also started reading A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow, which I've really enjoyed. And if you want to see updates for things that I read at the library, or stuff that's like not in my hauls because I've owned it for a long time, I do have a Goodreads, which you can follow. I'll put the link in the video or in the description. Yeah. So anyway, I'm also interested in doing some other types of content, like maybe talking about my impressions on the licenses this year. There haven't really been many YURI licenses, but I think it would still be fun to talk about. And also, you know, some other series I'm interested in that I might pre-order or buy in the future. Let me know if you'd be interested in me making those types of videos. I know I don't really show my face on camera or anything, so I'll probably figure out some other visual accompaniment for that sort of thing, but yeah. So let me know if you're interested in that. And let's get started with my May and June manga haul. But before we do, I do have to mention that in my move, I did unfortunately leave some manga that I bought in May behind by accident. So there are a few books that I did buy but are not in the haul, and when I go back to my parents' place to pick up more of my manga, I will include those in a different haul, but I'll know which ones they are, so I'll point it out in the future. Okay, so let's get started with new manga releases. Alright, so firstly we have Assorted Entanglements, Volume 5. Oops, okay, there we go. Another amazing volume of this series. I really liked the developments for which couple here? The Heke and what's her other name? Lala. Anyway, I really enjoyed their developments, and I liked more the backstory featuring these two. That was really cool as well. So really good volume. I was super excited to go buy this the other day. Next we have one of my May pre-orders, Boi The Rock Volume 3. You can really tell that at this point Aki Hamazi's art style has kind of settled into what we know for the foreseeable future, which is really cool. We're already like far past what the anime covered, which is pretty interesting. There's a lot of really cool things going on in this volume, and I really enjoyed it. I honestly couldn't put it down, and I can't wait to see the Boi The Rock movies and stuff like that. Also, I pre-ordered the Kikuri Nendoroid a while ago, and it shipped, so I'm going to try to make an unboxing video of that, so look forward to it. Next we have a new YURI series from 7 Seas, Chasing Spika. This one I was really surprised got licensed because it had been on hiatus for a long time in Yurihime magazine. But right around the time that this book was released, it actually went back into the magazine and there's been a new chapter, so that's really exciting. This series has a lot of potential, but hopefully now the author is back to writing it, we'll see where all that potential leads. I really enjoyed reading the chapters that I hadn't been able to read for so long because fans kind of gave up on this series. And I also think that the release by Seven Seas is really strong. I really loved the translation, and I'm just really kind of happy to have this in my collection. At first, like I said, I was kind of apprehensive that they had licensed a series that seemed to be abandoned, but luckily the author is back, and hopefully we'll get volume 2 soon. And I know that Seven Seas already has a pre-order up for it, so maybe they know something we don't, or maybe it's just a placeholder. Anyway, good series. Check it out if you like, a bit of toxic YURI, some drama. The art is really pretty as well, and the characters, like I said, they do have a lot of potential, and there's a really interesting thing in the ending which I think a lot of people will be interested to see expanded on in future chapters. After that, we have another pre-order, volume 6 of Cocoon Entwined, the final volume. It was pretty much everything that I wanted from the ending to this series. I'm definitely going to have to reread this in like a year. There's a lot of nuance that you might not get the first time around. I really enjoyed buying and reading this series, and I'm really hoping that Yen Press licenses Yuriko Hara's kind of like quasi-sequel short story collection Out of the Cocoon. I really hope that they license that because I'd love to own it and have it with my collection here. Next we have A Condition Called Love, Volume 7. I'm kind of a little sour on this series at the moment because I'm really unhappy with how the anime adaptation went. But reading the manga just made me remember how much I love this series, and that bad anime adaptations won't change that for me. Unfortunately, it might stop new fans from reading the manga, but I highly recommend this manga and to give it a shot. There's definitely a lot more going on underneath the surface. It's easy to kind of write off this as a sort of toxicity sort of shoujo, but it's so much more than that. And I wouldn't really call it toxic in that way. But yeah, really, really good volume. I'm behind. I know volume 8 came out like last month, and volume 9's coming out soon, but I don't know when I'm going to buy them, but hopefully soon. So I did buy some volume 1s of series that aren't Yuri in this haul, and one of them is something I've been wanting to get for quite some time. The eccentric doctor, oh my gosh, the eccentric doctor of the Moonflower Kingdom. I've been interested in this one since they announced it, but I just haven't had the ability to buy it because at my old local bookstore they never had volume 1. Well, I went to my bookstore in my area now, and they did have it, so I picked it up. And I haven't started reading it yet. It's kind of on my back burner because I had a lot of library books that I took out recently. But I'm super excited to start reading it. I think it'll hopefully fill my void after the Apothecary Diaries anime ended. And I haven't been able to get those light novels yet. So I haven't really been reading or doing any Apothecary Diaries. So I heard that if you like it, you will like this series. And I also heard someone comparing it to Getting Closer to You, which I also recently finished for like the muscle aspect. So the protagonist is kind of similar to the protagonist in that series apparently. So I'm pretty excited to read this one, and I'm excited to see if I'll like it and if I continue it. I really hope I will. Next, we have something that might be a little bit surprising in my hauls, which is Gravitation, the Collector's Edition, Volume 1. Okay, so we all know that I don't buy a lot of BL, and my BL collection, I could pretty much name it on one hand, but I pre-ordered this because I am a big fan of the anime Gravitation, and I've always wanted to collect the manga, but I didn't really want to try and get that Tokyo Pop edition. And when Seven Seas announced this, I was so happy. As you guys know, I bought every volume of Marmalade Boy Collector's Edition, and that was partly because I wanted to show Seven Seas that I want more Tokyo Pop licensed rescues in that kind of style. Gravitation, I felt, was an answer to that. I'm super excited. There's not as much color artwork, which is a shame. I haven't started reading it yet, but I'm super excited to... I'm already feeling quite nostalgic with like the art style, and I want to see what makes the manga different from the anime. Yeah, and I do find it odd that they don't have the Boys Love logo on here. I wonder why. But yeah, I'm quite excited to read this and happy to have bought it on a discount as a pre-order. That was pretty cool. And I know that they recently licensed the Rose and Maiden Collector's Edition, and Rose and Maiden was also a Tokyo Pop series in the past. So hopefully we're getting closer to that Kodocha Collector's Edition that I've been dreaming of. Alright, and next we have Oshi Buddha Volume 6. Volume 7 is also on the way for me. This was a great volume, a little thin, so I read it very fast, and I'm always dying to read more every time I buy a volume of this series. Kind of sad that there wasn't as much color inserts as previous volumes, but that's okay. It was a great volume. Like, I love this series, as you guys know. And I also wanted to say that I did finally manage to snag the Aripio Nendoroid at a good price on the used market. I'm so happy. So hopefully I'll be able to do an unboxing video of that, and I can put Aripio with my other Oshi Buddha stuff, which I'm very excited for. Next, I have Volume 2 of I Can't Say No to the Lonely Girl. Picked this up because I was in the area where my bookstore was, and I was like, oh yeah, that came out. I'm a huge fan of this series. I still have not read either of my new volumes. I'm really looking forward to reading that new translation, though. I think that Kodansha has given this series a lot of love already. And can you guys believe it's been a whole year, basically, since they announced the license to this series back at Anime Expo 2013? That was a pretty big year for Yuri at Anime Expo. They had a whole collaboration with Yuri Hime, and that was really cool. And like exclusive merchandise with like Yuri Is My Job and Wada Oshi and Zasakoi. We didn't have any Yuri fanfare this year at Anime Expo, which is a shame, but you know what? It's okay, because we have many more volumes of this series to come, and also we get some other Kodansha Yuri coming out. Spoil Me Please Hinamori-san is coming out in September. Pretty excited for that, and also I already shouted this out in a previous video. I Want to Love You to Your Dying Day, which I am so excited to get next year. But yeah, super happy to have this. Volume 3 is coming out pretty soon as well. I feel like the release schedule has been pretty quick for this one. So yeah, if you like Lonely Girl, you should totally be buying this and support Kashikaze. She also has a new series coming out in Yuri Hime this month, and I'm very excited to see what she does next. Next we have a new shoujo series from Shoujo Beat. Let's Do It Already by Aki Kusaka. I've heard really fun things about this series, and I decided to buy it. So I read volume 1, and I found it really funny. I think that Shoujo Beat really listened to everyone's criticisms of it the past, around the time that Romantic Killer was on Netflix. I think that they have really listened to everyone and are trying to sort of rehabilitate Shoujo Beat, and I think it's worked. This is a trendy new series. It doesn't feel dated or old or like, it doesn't make Shoujo Beat feel out of step with the way shoujo is right now. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to get volume 2. I love the art style, and the characters are quite funny. I don't know if I'm sold on the romance yet. I really prefer her to the guy, but he has his own charm, and I'm excited to see how they develop. Next we have a standalone series, Look Back by Tatsuki Fujimoto. I have not read it yet. I bought it with my last tips from my previous job. Yeah, I've always wanted to read this, and there was nothing else that I was interested at the time when I went to the bookstore, so I picked this up. I know that the movie is out. I need to read this quick. I really like Tatsuki Fujimoto. I love Chainsaw Man, even though I don't collect it, so I'm excited to read it. Obviously, everyone says amazing things about this book, and I heard it's a little bit Yuri adjacent. Correct me if I'm wrong. Next we have a total impulse buy. Merch comes in Like a Lion, Volume 1 by Chika Umino, who made Honey and Clover, which it seems Shoujo Beat has kind of stopped printing, which is a shame. But yeah, this was only $15 Canadian, which is quite a steal, and it's so beautiful. The French flaps, the artwork, it's just amazing, and I bought this at a local comic shop near my new job, so that's kind of why I bought it, because I was going in and I really wanted to leave buying something, and luckily this was just calling my name. I have not read it yet, but I'm very excited to read it, and I think I am going to really like it. And I don't have a lot of books from Denpa. The only Denpa book I have right now, besides this one, is Super Dimensional Love Gun, which I bought quite a while ago. So I'm happy to have more Denpa. And yeah, like I said with a lot of the other new books I bought, I hear great things about this series. And I'm really interested to see how I feel about it. Next we have Monthly in the Garden with My Landlord, volumes 1 and 2. So these kind of happened incidentally because I always try to buy at least one Yuri manga when I go out, unless I'm on a really tight budget that day. And I kind of bought these so that I would fill that quota. I haven't read either of them yet though, I'm sorry. But it is on my to be read pile, and it's very high up there, so very soon I will be reading volume 1 and volume 2. I don't really have too much to say. It's a Yuri that has been on a lot of everyone's mind. Like, I've been hearing a lot of people talking about this one, and also a lot of non-Yuri fans have been buying this to like try out Yuri, and that's really intriguing to me. I'm always curious as to why certain Yuri become the Yuri that a non-fan would buy. So I'm curious to see that angle. So yeah. Okay, next we have The Moon on a Rainy Night, Volume 5. I love this series, as you guys know. Unfortunately, I slept while reading this book, like I fell asleep while reading it, and then I woke up and the book was on its side and it was all flipped. So it's a little damaged now, but that was completely my fault. I really, really liked this volume. I never really quite know where the series is taking its characters and themes, and that's one of the reasons why I love it so much. It's so unpredictable and so well done. Next we have 2 more volumes of something that I have not read yet. I've been very busy. I've been moving and my new job and everything, and that's why I haven't read as many of these books as I normally do, but I have volumes 3 and 4 of My Special One. I really liked volumes 1 and 2, and I really need to read these. I don't even remember why I bought volume 4 when I still had to finish volume 3, but I did. And yeah, so gotta read these. It's on my list. Next, we have My Dress Up Darling, Volume 7. My love of this series is well known. I really enjoy it, and basically the reason why I haven't read Volume 7 yet is because it's always at my local bookstores, so I'm always tempted to buy the new, like every volume I still need. But if I don't read it, then it helps me budget. because this is a bit of an expensive series. I love this cover, by the way, one of my all-time favorite covers of this series, and look at how beautiful she is. Oh my god. We have the same taste in so many things. But yeah, great series that I am constantly looking at the merch of, and then I decline to buy it because I need to save money. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of my new manga. So first we have She Loves to Cook, She Loves to Eat, Volume 4. I couldn't find this anywhere, so I had to order it online. And it was a really, really strong volume of this series. The romance is really off to the races now, and that's awesome. I really liked it, as usual, and it made me hungry, as usual, and the supporting cast is becoming way more fleshed out, and I love that. And next we have a big stack of Skip Beat. Yeah, so let's see. We've got volumes 34, 37, 38, 41, and 47. So very random. I got these two volumes because they just happen to be at my new local bookstore. I got volumes 38 and 37 because I finished reading volume 36 at my library. And volume 34 I bought a while ago because at my other library, they only went up to volume 33. Yeah, so lots of random Skip Beat. I'm kind of just going to get random Skip Beat volumes from now on. Trying to get them before they all get reprinted to the $15.99 price. This one is $12.99, and sometimes they're down to like $11. But yeah, obviously I love Skip Beat, and I do have a whole tote underneath my bed where I could potentially put all 50 volumes of Skip Beat if I go crazy. And the final new manga that I have to share with you guys today is This Monster Wants to Eat Me, Volume 1 by Sei Naikawa. Oh my gosh, I just got this in the mail like yesterday, and I am so happy. I have a lot of self-control to not read it right away because, like I said, I have a TBR pile. But I have been so excited for this license, and I'm just so happy it's finally here. Look at how beautiful it is. And I also wanted to say, as like a small manga collector nitpick moment, I'm so happy that it is a normal size and it's not the big size manga, because I'm running out of space on my big size pile. Shelf, I mean, for all of my YURI. So I'm really happy that it's a normal size and I can place it in more areas. Does that make sense? But yeah, I'm super excited. Can't wait to read it. Yeah. And next we're going to be going on to my extremely small used manga haul for the months. Okay, so first we have a series I've been collecting for a few months now, I Shad Baby, volumes 4 and 5. Just waiting on 5 and 7, just waiting on volumes 6 and 7 now. I've been checking thrift books like every day, so hopefully I'll get them soon. Yes, I really think that this series is so good, and it's kind of too bad it's been a little bit forgotten nowadays, but you know, that means it's a little bit easier to collect these volumes, which I'm happy about. So don't, MangaTube, don't start collectively trying to buy this series all at once, because I will kill you. Just kidding. But yeah, super good, and always, I keep on getting very good quality used manga for this series, so that's great. Next we have Sand Chronicles Volume 4, and yeah, it has an ugly sticker on it, but it was $2.99 and I couldn't pass it up. It was very sun damaged, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm still kind of half-heartedly collecting this series. I would like to own every volume someday, but I kind of just buy it as I see it in the wild, so. And last but not least, we have Ultra Cute Volume 5. I'm pretty close to completing this series now, and I haven't read a single volume. I guess because I just started randomly collecting it, and I kind of want to binge it. which I don't normally do, but I am doing that for this series. So I'm just missing like 3 more volumes, I think, which is pretty exciting. This one didn't come in the best quality, but that's okay. And that is everything I got for used manga in the months of May and June. And that is the end of this manga haul. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and commenting and subscribing. And if you haven't done so already, you could always give it a try, and you'll have first access to all of the videos that I post. Which, you know, I don't really have a set schedule, but I'm hoping to have new things out soon. You know, depending on how busy I am. But anyway, thanks so much, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!